Welcome to Kmfbz Radio. I'm your host, Brendan Kennedy, and today I'd like to proudly welcome Ross, the boss, Friedman. Well, we wanted Bruce Springsteen, but we got him instead. Welcome to the show, brother. Good to see you. How are you?
Pleasure. I'm fine. Greetings from Queens, New York, and greetings from my batting cage, called the cage, because you're going to hear balls hitting bats, and that's the sound of it. And I have this batting cage. It's 10,000 square feet, and it's not that crowded right now, because if it was, it would be very, very loud.
I love baseball, man, but we'll talk about that here in a moment. Let's get to the real goods here.
Okay.
I know you have like a lot of really cool stuff, and like you've been around for so long, and I'm not going to get too much into full details. You've been asked to death for probably a lot of these questions, but most recently you just had a team up with the Krups on the song "No More Heroes." How did that collaboration happen?
Well, Jürgen Engler, that's his name, from Die Krups, I believe, and he reached out to the record company Cleopatra Records, Los Angeles, and I think that somehow they needed a guitar player, and I had done a lot of work for Cleopatra Records, and they just mentioned my name, and like a light went off, and goes, "That's Ross from Manowar, from Dictators, Manowar, mostly Dictators." And then he calls me, and then he sent me a letter and a lovely email and said, "We'd love to have you." And then they said, and they mentioned the song "No More Heroes" by the Stranglers. And then I told him that the Dictators, Hugh Cornwall, asked the Dictators to do a whole tour with them and open up a whole tour in England for them. And
wow.
That's what we did. We opened up the whole Stranglers UK tour. It was insane, off No More Heroes. And that was the nuttiest tour. And when I told him that, I know them. I said, I know those guys, Hugh Cornwall and Jean-Jacques. I said, I know those guys very, very well, and I know that song. I mean, I heard it every single night. And so they were like, "Oh man, this is historical."
It's a great song, man. I love it. I can't wait for the old album. It's gonna be kick ass.
It's brilliant.
So back to like your first band, the Dictators. You just done something with them. Tell us about that.
Well, we just got through putting out 2 new songs and 2 new videos. The band is full on back together with a few personnel changes, and we're working on the 3rd song out. We're going to be putting out song at a time, until we start touring, doing shows, and then we'll package everything up either to an EP or a CD. And that's how we'll, sell things and T-shirts and all that stuff. And I think that's the best plan. So we have a new drummer. Our new drummer, his name is Albert Bouchard, and he's the original drummer from Blue Oyster Cult.
Wow,
that's right. And he's a famous cowbell guy that everyone's on SNL, and he wrote a lot of those BOC songs, Astronomy, that Metallica covered, and he's a genius. I was just at his house today. I was doing some stuff with him for a song him and his brother wrote. His brother Joe Bouchard was the bass player, and Albert was the drummer for BOC. But Albert is the new Dictators drummer.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
So I hear there's quite a few albums coming from Death Dealer, one of my all-time favorite bands so far for new stuff. Like, Sean Peck is a screamer. He's got a great style. I love him. Like, what's happening in the, like, how many albums is Death Dealer really putting out this year?
Okay, we up until last November 18th, we had 2 albums out. November 18th, we released Conquered Lands.
Kick-ass album, man. Yeah. I love the autograph you guys had for us all. Great thing for the fans.
we released Conquered Lands.
That's beautiful.
See that?
That is a beautiful, beautiful shirt. Great album cover, man.
It's amazing, right? And we released the third record. So, but all during this past shitstorm, we've been super busy writing songs and stuff. So we have albums 4 and 5 ready. Albums Death Dealer 4 and 5 are ready to go, and I just finished recording a EP, and a 4-song EP was done, and it's going to be put out before the 4th record, probably in the fall. So Death Dealer are absolutely loaded with stuff to put out.
Is there going to be like another comic book based song like Sorcerer Supreme?
Probably.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We all know Sean's all about the comic books, man.
He's unbelievable. So am I. I love it. So
me too. It's the best.
Yeah. So I mean, it's all that's happening. Dictators are happening. Ross the Boss Band. We have yet to tour on the new record by Born of Fire. Excuse me. So I mean, it came out March 6th, 2020. 3 weeks, we were going to have a major European tour, and it was done. The shitstorm hit 8 days later.
The pandemic fucked us all.
Oh my God! I must have lost 90 shows. 90 shows. 2 summers worth of festival dates. 3 or 4 major tours, and then not to mention all the other shows in the U.S. everywhere. It's been devastating. Thank God for the batting cage.
No doubt,
like
brother.
And it's doing great. So I mean, thank God. And I do say it, thank God. And it's hard work, but I'm a workaholic, and that's the way it is. You know, I work every single day. I don't take a day.
Stay sane, brother.
I don't take a day off. I mean, I work 7 days a week here. I work 70 hours a week. I do music at night, and sometimes music. I did music this morning at Albert's house. Have the cage here till 10 o'clock. Tonight I'm going to my studio 2 miles up the road, and we're going to do some more recording. And you know, it's every day. I try to do it every single day. It keeps me on my toes. Believe me.
Well, if we don't
People
keep
go,
busy.
You work 70 hours a week, Ross? I go, yes, I do. I work 70 hours a week. So what's so bad about that? It's my own place, you know. Because work is good. Hard work is good. And hard work pays off.
Yes, it does.
Too much laziness in this country. Too much laziness.
Even here in Canada, man, it's insane.
Yeah, too many people out there expecting to be taken care of.
I agree with you.
That's a no-no. I grew up. My grandparents told me it was a sin to take anything from the government, and they constantly made that known to me because they came from socialist countries. They came from Hungary, you know, and they constantly told me it's a sin to take everything from the government because they can come get it back from you.
Yeah,
and more.
Oh, absolutely.
A little word to the wise there, guys. But other than that, I'm not political.
Oh, it's all good, man. Neither am I. I could care less about the politics here in Alberta. Right. Our guy Jason Kenney is such a joke. He doesn't know how to handle this pandemic. It's a nightmare. Well, people are lost their jobs here.
Oh, it's terrible. You know, now my
I lost my job.
I'm sorry to hear that. My bonehead mayor is going to open the whole city up July 1st, 100%. It could have been opened up. It could have been opened up a year ago. What's changed?
Fuck.
What the fuck has changed? Just wash your hands. If you got to wear got to wear the mask of fear. Wear the mask of fear in your workplace. Don't huddle together. And why did everything have to stop? I don't get it.
So what are we doing with the pandemic? We know how it's hurt the scene. What are we doing to save our venues? You played the Starlight Room here in Edmonton. We what they've got running is maybe having a little patio outside, and maybe some people come and doing virtual concerts, but there's no metal. Starlight was all about the metal.
Hopefully once again it will be. They got to start pumping. The band's got to start pumping. They're doing it in Australia. They're doing it in Israel. They're doing it in a lot of the states. They're doing it in Florida. They're doing it in Texas. You know, a lot of the states know better. You know, and they found that the lockdowns have hurt people. They've hurt children. They've hurt generations of children immensely with their schooling. The in-home school thing was a disaster. These kids weren't doing it.
They kept kids at home where you
at
guys
home
were too.
learning. Yep.
Yeah,
They
same
kept kids,
here.
you know, teachers didn't want to teach. There are states that are still closed. Still closed.
Screwed my kids up. My daughter's in CLS classes for severe disabilities and autism, and it fucked us, man. Fuck this fucking world, man.
Unbelievable. There's a lot of anger out there.
Yeah.
And all I can tell you is that, well, things on my end, I'm working as hard as I can. I cannot work any harder putting the meat for the music and putting everything back when it's going to go.
Yeah.
I'll have three mighty bands, amazing bands with amazing people, amazing music, amazing songs to get rolling again. And we don't fear anything.
That is the way it should be, brother.
Ross the Boss Man's supposed to go to Russia, play the Big Gun Festival July 3rd. Okay. And now we're hearing that we can't, the visas are in trouble. The visas are in jeopardy because the bonehead in Washington and the bonehead in Moscow are disagreeing. There's some tension. So no one's giving visas. So We'll see.
So let's have some fun here, Ross. Let's get away from all the depression shit and get back to the music here. Like, let's talk about back to your time in Manowar. I love Manowar, kick-ass stuff, man. Like, what influenced all you guys? Like, what were you listening to at the time that inspired the true metal that Manowar became famous for?
Well, that's an excellent question. You know, when I met Joey, I was on tour. I was in a band, Shaken Street. I was playing in London. I was playing in England, the UK, opening up for Black Sabbath on Heaven and Hell. That's when Ronnie Dio asked me to, came up to me after soundcheck and he asked me, you're great. I really love New York and CBGBs and all the whole scene and the Dictators. And I got this guy on my crew. His name's Joey. You should meet, and he was helping the one of the techs. And I met Joey and we got to talking about what we liked about music. And I said, I'm heavily into Marvel Comics. I'm heavily into Thor. I'm heavily into Norse mythology. I'm into Greek mythology. I'm into Wagner, Richard Wagner.
I love Wagner.
Yeah, I'm into that guy. I was listening to him like every day, and I'm into Wagner. I'm into powerful, epic music, and as well as epic blues. I mean, I started as a blues guitar player, and Cream was an epic band for me, and Black Sabbath, of course. I mean, I'm on the road to Black Sabbath, opening up for my hero, and so we got to talking, and we had so much in common, and then we decided to make the band, and we didn't know the band was going to be called Manowar, but I had a friend that was the head of A&R at EMI Records. His name was Bob Curry, and he had seen me play previously with Shaken Street. He goes, I'm going to do a project with you. I go, really? Little did he know that project, what it was going to turn out to be what it was. And, but it all worked. And, Manowar was born, in a backstage room. We heard the sound.
Beautiful.
And we all knew what we had to do. So that's the lyrics to Manowar, the song I wrote. And, but, the subject matter of Manowar was I was always into the military, the History Channel, war. I mean, it's just because life is a constant struggle. Life is a war. I mean, it's not a physical gun war, but life is a struggle. There's always motherfuckers that are trying to put you down. There's always motherfuckers that are trying to keep you down. And then you got to go out there and fucking fight every day. You got to fight for a living. You got to fight, for your rights. You got to fight for, your children. You got to fight. Period.
Fighting the world, man.
Exactly.
If they had a biography of you guys, we would have to call it "Fighting the World: A Man of War Story."
Well, I'm sure it's going to be out. I'm sure the book is going to come out. Yeah, and my book is I'm going to write a book soon too myself.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. So everything is like, it's all set. Everything's ready to go for 3 bands. I got 3 bands ready to go touring with new stuff, and I don't know how much more I could do.
So if Man of War started today, do you guys think you guys would still be the success that you were in the 80s?
No, though the Man of War message is always it's universal, I think. But I don't think it would have the impact as it did back in the day.
I think I agree with you. Like,
yeah.
One of my favorite stories I've heard from the Man of War files. What's this about King Diamond cursing Man of War? Did you guys have a feud or something? What's up?
Well, it's an old story. Our first English tour, first time we were in the UK to play, was a lot building up to it. Press building us up, press building up. So we got the tour together, and we got this band, Merciful Fate, to play with us, to open the show. I had never heard of them, but my friend said that heard some really good things about them. So he said, okay. And we said, okay. Joey and I said, all right. So Man of War, Merciful Fate, blah, 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 blah. So the first show, I don't know where it was, every journalist and magazine was there to see what all this fucking talk was about. Because we blew our mouth, we lit our mouths open. We said, we are the loudest, we are the fastest, we are, the typical Man of War stuff.
Oh yeah, of course, full of testosterone.
Right, and we said it, and we were gonna, and there was no way we weren't going to do that. So we got there, we spent all the money to ship all our equipment, our brand new gear. We called it the Wall of Voodoo. We had brand new stuff like you wouldn't fucking believe, ready to go. We shipped it by freight, by boat, and it was all there. And they come into the first gig, and they go, "Well, can we use it?" We go, "Can we fuck your wife?" And you get there, right?
Yeah,
they said,
I got that.
Could we use your brand spanking new equipment? No. Could we fuck your wife? And that's what we say to people. And I hate to say it like that, but that's exactly what we told them. They couldn't.
I agree. You don't let the opening act or whoever use your shit.
We busted our ass. We busted our ass. To get that stuff. I mean, it was a struggle to get it. And so, all right, that being said, and so get your own gear. We said get every bit of gear, stack it up on that stage, and blow us off this, and do it. Just do it. Let's have a great show. Okay, they did their show. King Diamond came out. He had his bones. And then we did our show. We did our set. No problem. Everything was good. After that, we never saw them again. They didn't call us. They didn't call us. They didn't tell us they were leaving the tour. They didn't call the promoter. They didn't say anything.
Wow.
They just fucking fucked off on us. What do you need?
You got a 0 up there?
A 0? Yeah. Give me a second.
Oh, good.
Give me a second.
Yep.
Okay. 1-0.
You got 1-0. I'll take it. Is that your flavor you like to?
Sure.
What do you want? Something else too?
Yeah, you want to share something?
No, you pick something quick because you don't have. Get 11 up.
Edmonton, Canada.
Oh yeah. Are you torn again?
No, just do a lot of interviews.
See you next time.
Hitler says we can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're fighting over who's going to be able to say we're going to go back to normal.
Right.
I think we're going.
Okay.
Oh, right on, man. So back to it, man. You were telling us about Merciful Fate. Pretty much
Yeah.
was the
So
bastards
yeah.
in the whole situation.
Well, yeah. I mean, and they said, "Oh man, they didn't give us any sound. They didn't give us any lights and everything." But unfortunately, what they didn't realize is that Kerrang was there, Music Maker was there, Melody Maker was there, all the magazines in England was there to see what went down. Okay, and they all took our side. They all took our side because they get Merciful Fate got plenty of lights, plenty of sound, and they just fucked off on the tour. Okay.
And there we go. Finally,
You know,
after all these years, I
and then
finally
after all
have
those
the
years,
truth.
right? And then after all those years, I asked Denner and Sherman, those guys, the guitar players, like, what the fuck happened with you guys? That how come you didn't stay on the tour? And they go, I don't know. No one said. No one knew. No one could give me a straight answer. But we knew what the deal was. It's okay. How come you didn't call the promoter and tell them you're not? You know, everyone had a scramble for band to play with us.
No shit.
So, yeah.
So tell me, Ross, what are the best brand of guitars you just have to have, man?
Well, I think that for your dollar, ESP makes the best guitar. You know,
Fucking right.
for the amount of money you're going to spend on it, I think ESP makes fantastic guitars. Quality control, they're set up to go. I've never played a bad one. They're fantastic. They sound great. They look great. You know, you can't waste your money on an ESP because you're going to go for a Gibson. You're going to go $5,000 for a Gibson. It's just not. You're not getting $5,000 worth better than ESP. You know, so. But that's a matter of choice and taste.
Oh yeah, damn
opinion.
right, man. Damn right. So,
Right.
what's your favorite venue, and like, what's the craziest shit you've ever seen at a show? I bet you got some stories, brother.
Oh God, all my life. Craziest venue? Well, one of the best venues of all time is Lemore's Brooklyn, here in the city, and you know Metallica played. Everyone's played there back in the '80s. Everybody, and the craziest shit went on in that place. Let me tell you, it was a great club, great people. Alex Kane was the head DJ. Alex Kane was a great guy. The hottest chicks back in the '80s. The best party every single night there. It was the metal scene was unreal. And then they had Lemore's East in Queens here, which was crazy as well. So both Lemore's were amazing clubs, and the shit that went on in there was pretty righteous.
That's so cool, man. So, if you could tour or play a show with any lineup, who would it be?
If I can go back in the past and with any band,
Oh,
Well,
past,
with my band.
present, or future.
with my bands
Yeah.
that I've been in, well, I'd have to say the original, the Manowar lineup of Into Glory Ride. Scott, me, Eric, and Joey. I think that metal band was probably the best band and the best metal band ever on this planet. I do. I think that band had no rival ever to this day, and that band would have been great. It would have been great, Scott. I had Scott in my band. I had Scott Columbus play with me right before he died. He passed, and that lineup was amazing.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. So, other than like, if anybody was to make a documentary bio picture, who would you want playing you?
Pardon?
If somebody was to make a Manowar documentary, who would you want playing you?
Playing me?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Jeez. Who could play me? Mark Wahlberg.
Fucking A, man. Well, he already did the
I
Tim
know,
Ripper Owens thing, man, in
I know, I
Rockstar.
know.
So
I just ripped that out of left field, bro, because I don't really know.
oh yeah. So what
But
else do you do like besides like making music? Like what artists inspire you today?
I can't tell you. There's not a lot of artists that inspire. A lot of new artists. I mean, I'm really devoid of what's new. But I can tell you, I always go back to what inspired me to begin with.
Fuck yeah.
Which is B.B. King, Freddie King, Albert King, Mike Bloomfield, Freddie King, Carlos Santana, Buck Dharma, Tony Iommi, those guys like that. And there's a Greta Van Fleet are pretty cool. I like them, even though people say what they say about them. But I think they're great. And there are a lot of new young metal bands out there that I don't even. I hear them, but I also do a show. I also do a show on Gimme Metal. It's an app you can buy. You can get for free. Gimme Metal, Gimme Country, and it's a free app. And I've done 73 shows. It's 24/7. It's 24/7. That's what the app looks like. Gimme Metal, the black thing. See it?
Yep.
Gimme Metal. Everybody can download it. My next show is next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do a show every other week, and I play a lot of stuff there. But my partner programs it for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what else you got happening like for the rest of this year and into next year? Like, are we getting back to shows for you guys? Like, I know you're working on the albums.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the shows start. Hopefully we can do the show in July in Russia, and then I have 15 shows in Russia and Eastern Europe in September with Graham Bonnet and Marky Mendoza and Uli Roth, and we're playing with local orchestras in Eastern Europe. Hopefully we can do that, because 5 out of 6 of us are Americans. So if we can't get into the country, if we're being denied visas by the powers that be, we're fucked. So, but in the meantime, I'm doing this is what that looks like. In the meantime, I got the batting cage here, and baseball is doing great here. And so, what can I say?
That's awesome. And what's it like running the batting cage? Like, how long have you been doing that for?
16 years.
Beautiful, man. I love baseball, man. Baseball, yeah. I could talk about all day.
We're serving the community. We're helping a lot of inner city kids here, and to realize their dreams, playing high school baseball, college. Hopefully, when someone's going to get the step up to the majors. But we're helping a lot of kids here.
That's fantastic.
I have 16 teams. I have about 200 cage warriors that come here, that play here, and they're playing now because it's nice outside. But this is the headquarters right here, and we've been here for 16 years, helping kids and people, and so we continue to do so. So no matter what, I'm busy every single day.
That's beautiful.
I play music in the morning. I play music. I work now, and I'm going to play music later, and it's going to be the same thing tomorrow. So.
Well, Mr. Friedman, it has been an absolute pleasure having you here on Kmfbz Radio. It's been a good time, brother. Horns high.
Thank you, and thank you for putting up with my breaks to help my customers.
Hey, no problem. Business, man. You're a superhero.
Anybody ever in Queens, New York, in Middle Village, New York, come visit me. It's the Cage Baseball, 6240 Metropolitan Avenue, Middle Village, New York City.
Be there.
Come and hit some balls or hit each other. I don't care.
Beauty. If you enjoyed today's interview, like, share, and subscribe.